Summer travel season is here, and perhaps you've gone through TSA before and thought to yourself, what happens with all the stuff that they take out of my bag? Do they keep it? Do they chug all this water later? If you leave something and your sunglasses, for instance, and then next time you go to the airport, you're like, hey, that guy's wearing cool sunglasses. Did he get those from a forgetful traveler?
Those are my aviators.
What percentage of things being checked through airport security are dildos? I mean, these are all questions we all have, and we finally have people on that will answer them. The return of the AMA, this time with TSA employees. Quite a few on the phone to pick from, including Chase, who's been working. Chase, how long have you been a TSA employee?
5 years.
And what does that make do you have a title, or are you just standard run-of-the-mill TSA x-ray guy or greeter? How does that work?
No, I am a lead officer here at TSA. So
Okay.
I'm a little above the original officer status.
So when you're the guy that has to tell the people, hey, why don't you finish those bags and then go take lunch?
Basically, yes.
Okay. But you also get first dibs at whatever you take out of people's bags?
No, not exactly.
All right, we'll get to questions. We got questions for you. Hold on one second. Also on our phone right now, this is actually a listener of ours, believe it or not. Hey, Lily, you listen to this show regularly, huh?
On every morning when I'm on the 405.
Wow, and you are a TSA employee as well?
I'm a former employee.
Former employee. Oh, so you
Yes.
could spill all sorts of tea, huh?
How did that end?
I parted ways with the agency. I went to a better opportunity.
Right, so do you have to give back your sweater with the eagle on it?
I had to give everything back. I can't walk around with that during Halloween, you know?
Yeah, it's too bad. I feel like you got that sweet sweater with the eagle. You know the eagle, Allie. Everyone believes the eagle.
You do.
All right. Chase, we're going to rapid-fire questions. If you have questions you've always wanted to know from TSA employees, we got Lily at our disposal. We got Chase here. We will get to all your questions. 800-520-1067 for this AMA with the TSA. Allie, give them question number one.
All right. What is the worst station to work at? Is it X-ray machine? Is it the person that tests all the bags that get pulled aside? Where does it rank?
Is Chase going first?
Yep.
All right. The worst station that I believe to work at is the station where people have to step on the footprints and then put their hands up. It's called the AIT machine. One, because people don't listen to directions. They don't know how to take every single thing that's out their pocket. It's not a metal detector. It's a body scanner. So we need everything out of your pockets. We just need whatever is going to be on your person. So just clothes.
Hey, but I thought that those machines, there's an issue that the pictures are too good and you can see people's genitals.
Yeah, wouldn't that make it the best station?
No, it's not an X-ray. It doesn't let us see through people's clothes.
Hold on, that's what you say, but you still work at TSA. Let's now talk to a former TSA employee and figure out if that's true. Lily, can you see my junk and when I stand in that thing and hold my hands like I'm doing big moose ears?
Klein, unfortunately, I would not be able to see your junk if I was to be an operator still.
Because it's too small.
No, sir.
Thank you. Is that because you aren't zoomed in enough? Is that the issue? All right, fine. They agree on that one. Chase, question number two. It's an AMA with the TSA. Any questions you've ever wondered? A lot of people asking about, will you take their weed? Are you looking for the weed? I thought all of the dogs that used to smell for weed have now moved on to high schools and stuff, and they use only dogs to smell for bombs. But if you do see someone's got a bag of weed in there, are you going to take it, Chase? Or are you going to let it go through?
No, we do confiscate it if we do come across it. That's not where we're looking for it specifically, though.
What about CBD and edibles? Those questions were coming through a lot. There's like 70 questions about weed.
It's a little complicated when it comes to like the more medical, weed and everything. But if we do see it, we have to, escalate it up to the next supervisor.
Right, but like gummies, you can't really tell. You're just seeing a gummy.
No. If it's like anything in like an edible form, it's just mostly like we just see it as food. So we wouldn't really be able to tell, honestly.
But when weed does get taken and you're like, man, we got a nice score here, because sometimes the bag's got a real smell coming off and you can tell this has got weed in here. Do you guys save that for an end-of-year TSA party, or how does that work?
No, it all gets confiscated and taken into someplace else that doesn't get used by any of the officers here.
310, have you ever seen somebody that worked at TSA take something and pocket it after they confiscated it?
Oh, yes, 100%.
What kind of things do they take?
Money. They've taken, more like expensive items that, a passenger may have had, something that they think that they need or that they want.
Yeah, sometimes they'd be like, hey, take that wallet out and put that in the dog dish as well. I don't know why they still use those doggy water bowls for this. You ever do that, Lily? You ever take anything or see anyone take something?
No, sir. then I'd lose my job. As much as I didn't like working there, I liked the paycheck.
Lily, what percentage of times do you see sex toys in the bags?
Oh, 90% of the time.
90% of the time? Come on, you're telling me 90% of
all those families ahead of me in line, they all have dildos?
It's all dildos?
Yes, sir.
And you can see what those are. There's no way to hide that, wrap that in a sock. You still see what it is. You can always tell that's a dildo?
Through the X-ray, we could see that.
And do you ever have a code that you say to other TSA employees if there's something worth checking out? Like, you obviously can't say, look at this giant dildo, but do you ever say something like, the bird has landed?
It's an eye. You know, the look that we give each other while you're on the X-ray.
I always thought that was someone's smells. Hey, Chase, do you confirm that is true? 90% of bags have dildos?
Yes, and I don't understand why, because what are you going to do? Use it on a plane? Like, put it in your checked luggage. Why are you bringing it in your personal bag?
It's really not.
Because we have to pay for checked luggage.
Yeah. Allie's dildo weighs over 50 pounds.
All right.
So she don't want to pay extra for that. You understand?
323 has a question that we have always all wondered. Are the TSA agents always in a bad mood naturally, or are they just appearing tough? What is with the TSA scowl?
Most of the bad moods come from people not being able to listen to simple directions. And just, I guess the schedule that they work, it all varies when it comes to any of the officers that are here.
You would agree, though, Chase, that the general public is dumb, correct?
It does seem that when they enter through the airport doors, common sense goes all out the window.
Yeah.
Does it annoy you more when people try to make you in a better mood, by cracking jokes or being personable, or do you appreciate that?
We appreciate it for the most part. Sometimes when they're too corny, it's like, okay, we get you're trying too hard, like, get out of our face.
And is there ever a time, and I'll ask this to Lily first, but Lily, is there ever a time when you were working TSA that you knew someone had something that was, quote, not allowed, but you said, I'm going to let this slide? Now, I'm not saying a gun necessarily or a knife, but, maybe you're like, that person's got
I like you, so this grenade can go
This
ahead.
grenade's flying with you today. But maybe there's a bot. They got a half a Coke Zero they didn't finish. I'll let them bring it on the plane and don't make them buy another one. Do you ever just let that slide, or?
Unfortunately, I did not, Klein. I'll be real with you. I was one of those sticklers.
Oh.
I had to follow the rules.
Yeah.
I know. I was the worst. The worst.
What is the thing that the general public does that was the most annoying for you? Is it like what Chase said, that we just forget the most basic stuff?
I agree with Chase that you walk into those airport doors and you forget where your brain's at. And that bugs us a lot.
They do tell everyone now that the making a joke about a bomb is just as bad as actually having a bomb. Do you still hear people making jokes about bombs? Like, well, I'm glad you took my water. You didn't find my bomb. Does that still happen?
That is 100% the most dad joke that you will hear at the airport.
You hear that a lot.
Yes.
And do those people
Why
immediately?
do dads have jokes for the TSA?
It's so the worst. But I thought they cracked down and they said if you even do that joke, they'll arrest you or something. You can't fly.
Well, yeah, they would have to escalate it, but sometimes they just mumble it, but you let that slide.
Chase, what is the worst dad joke you heard?
Something along those lines as well. Oh, glad you didn't find my bomb and everything.
God, they hear the same bad joke probably 50 times a day. It's
do they make
nonstop.
jokes about their ID too? Like, I promise it's me. I know I look younger in person.
Or they'll be like, oh, well, I got away with it. I got away with my fake ID, and this date or whatever. Like,
they make a fake ID
I got away
joke.
with my fake ID.
All right, Jesus. All right, we're in the middle of a AMA with the TSA. You'll probably come across the TSA at some point this summer if you're doing any traveling and questions you've always wanted to know. What we found out so far. Most importantly, 90% of people have dildos in their bag. That's
shocking.
great. It's shocking.
707. Why is there so much discrepancy between airports as far as, like, I have to take out my computer at one place, but not at another? I can get a lighter through at LAX, but not at JFK. Why is it always different?
Lily, we'll start with you.
Every airport does have their own discrepancy depending on what they've encountered through the years, and that's how they amend their rules. And it's just airport to airport.
Lily,
so annoying,
will
right?
TSA agents accept bribes from the public?
I mean, I'm sure there's multiples that will, but the ones that want to keep their job and their benefits won't.
Right, but I mean, if you want to skip that long line, but maybe you're not in clear, you slip the guy a little Benjamin maybe, or a Lincoln, a little $5. Chase, that ever happened to you?
No, it's never happened to me before. But there are people who do try to, skip in front of the line or ask you to take them in front.
What are some of the biggest sob stories you've heard from people who don't want their items taken away?
Oh, this was a gift, or I just, I need it so bad, and we don't have it back in our country or in our state, whatever. Like, okay,
That's a fair one.
Well, Vanessa, hold on. Don't argue with the TSA.
Wait, that's a fair question.
We don't have this cocaine in my country.
It's just, my grandma gave me these bricks of cocaine. Please.
Okay, Chase, I'm Colombian. That's why they're doing that terrible joke. But I was talking about the candies from your own country. That's a fair one.
Yeah, but the candies can't have 3.5 whatever of jelly in them, or they'll take them away, right, Chase?
Right, 100%.
Yeah.
Of course,
Dang.
this comes through from every area code. What is the craziest thing that you have found
All right.
from your personal experience
You can
working at TSA?
Both get to answer it now, Chase. I'm sure you've got your favorites. What's the best thing in all your years, 5 years TSA, that you found?
Nothing, crazy. It's just more so just like we come across guns and bullets and, things that you're not supposed to have that people, think that they can travel with or don't know how to, go about the proper procedure of traveling with it.
See, I think the news sensationalizes, like, especially around the holidays. It's like, we found a giant vat of gravy.
Right,
and
it's all
we
about
found,
the gravy. But
yeah.
it's the but the guns, he says at least once a month there's someone with a gun. Like, I didn't realize you can't bring that on a
No
plane.
guns?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's not just
Goddamn liberals won't let me fly with my guns. All right, hold on one second. Lily, craziest thing you found in all your years working TSA?
It would be a gun as well, and their reasoning for I forgot that it was in this bag. I thought it was in the other one I left at home.
My grandma gave me this gun.
And the problem with that is, because I do remember the few times I have had things taken from me, they say you can go back out and check it, or you can mail it to yourself.
What?
That's a thing they can. I don't know about that. That's not with guns necessarily. But
How do you even do that at the airport? I've never
once
even
again,
seen
you
that.
ask that follow-up question. TSA just goes, "That's not on us. You figure it out." So, all right, Lily. What is the one thing you would like the general public to know before they travel this holiday season?
Show up on time with 2 hours.
2 hours.
Man, it's interesting because around the holidays, they do the pack your patience and get to the airport early and everything. And we think, God, people must be so stupid that they're not able to get. But it's true. Everyone's just so dumb that they need to be told the same thing every
Same
single
thing.
year.
Yep, and they repeat it over and over and over
God.
again. Chase, general note you'd like to give to the public?
Follow directions and learn how to read.
That's right.
Literally, it'll help out your travel experience so much more.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
if you're upset by the TSA scowl, you created that scowl.
Yeah,
and don't be an idiot.
When they got hired, they were probably all happy and friendly. And then after just days and nonstop dad jokes.
They were
and-
like Disneyland workers when they got there.
Yeah, so angry. And when you finally get scowled so much that your face permanently stays in that position, I guess that's when you get promoted.
Yeah.
Right? Congratulations, Chase. Thanks for
Thank you,
joining us.
Chase.
Lily,
And
appreciate
Lily.
you.
Anytime. Have a good one.
All right, there they are. Two TSA employees. Thanks for eavesdropping in on our radio show, you perverts.
Yeah. When you're not being reported by your neighbors, you can check out the podcast or the live show on KROQ or wherever you get your podcasts.
That's right, which apparently is a lot of places. Find Klein Alley's show and listen to this show in its entirety. Plus, if you download and subscribe, we will save a puppy from being executed.
Oh my God, there's puppies being executed?
Oh, there goes another one.
Oh, those are high stakes.